So Andrew can't be here this evening, and frankly, yeah. Oh, I have to ask you to turn off your cell phones too. Andrew's been doing this for 15 years, our block captain coordinator, so if there's anyone interested in working with the steering committee, it would be really great if you could step up and volunteer and help us out. We plan the meetings, contact speakers, it would be really, really great. So, and also you could stand up here and talk, because you know,
Sure.
I'm not that great at it. So, see, and then I lose my place. So on the agenda tonight, we have Sam Miller, who's going to be speaking in a few moments. And he's going to give us an update on 3460 Oak Hill Potomac, that building. But first, I want to know, is there anybody here for the first time? If so, raise your hand. We're going to introduce yourselves, starting over here. And do an introduction, your name and the block you live on, 100.
Chris, I live on 4,000 Oliva. That works.
I'm Kristen. I've been here before, but I'm at 3700 block of Oak Hill and actually work for Grand Oak Hill too.
Yeah, sure.
This is sidekick Veronica on 40,000 Goldie.
Okay. Anybody else over here?
I'm Margaret. I'm from the 3700 block of Oak Hill.
I'm Robert from the 3600 block of Holt.
Thanks for coming. This is great.
I'm Kenya, this is Maureen, and we are lucky neighbors to Margaret on the 3700 block of Oak Hill.
Excellent.
Hi, my name is Tina, and my husband's name is Dale, and we've been for 15 years on 4000 Fairview.
And everybody's here wants to talk about the crime. We're gonna bring up last. And there's more chairs over here too. If everybody wants to kind of spread out over here, there's more chairs in the back. Okay, over here.
Pam, 4000 Fairview.
Let me introduce myself while I'm
Yeah.
loud like Dudley Hancock. I'm Betty's husband.
Hey. Right.
I'm Phil. We've been here for about a year on the 4,000 block of Cowell.
And I live at 3300 block of Oak Hill.
And is everybody here, or I should ask, if you're not on the Tar Grove South Yahoo group, see me after the meeting and I'll give you a card, which has the link to the group on it, because there's 450 Tar Grove South residents on it. And we talk about breaking crime all the time. All right, we're gonna have Sam.
Okay.
Come on up and tell us about what's going on with 3460 Oak Hill. Sam's a developer, you know, this has been going on a long time. He's having some...
Hi, I'm Sam Miller. I'm the developer doing the building at Potomac and Oak Hill. I started talking with them like, 2 years ago? And I got the building like August of last year. But UE was really slow in hooking up electric. We didn't have power until about September. And then we were working on it, and I have been sidetracked. It's not due to the economy. It's not due to a lack of money. It's, I'm getting married, and I worked on girlfriend's place for a while. And then I just got sidetracked. Not a big deal. But we're back to it actually this week. It's actually completely framed. All the rough plumbing is in, which if you've done a rehab, that's like the major hurdle you hit. Everything's got to go around the plumbing. Plumbing can only go here and there. And this building is all concrete. It's got no room to hide anything. It took a lot of planning to get everything to fit in there. A lot. But it worked out pretty well. My measurements were almost to the inch. I mean, it fit pretty well. What else can I tell you? It's a lot further along than it looks. It's completely framed inside. Except for the front doors. We have the big openings because it's easier to carry stuff in when you don't have the front doors framed in. The roof is done. There's a building at the top of the... It's got a full concrete staircase that goes to the roof and a real roof deck. Yeah. Oh, it's got an awesome view. It's the best roof deck I've ever seen.
It really is. I've taken photographs off of it.
Yeah, it's got trees that overhang it. You can see all the JB Bridge, the arch, all the tall buildings. In the winter, you can see a lot more. If we went through and strategically topped trees in the city, I think we could get an awesome view. What else can I tell you?
So when is it gonna be done?
What's your issue with the windows?
Huh?
What's going on with the windows?
Okay, the reason they're not in is because it's too easy to break them. You know, and when a building's unsecured like that, you don't want to have tens of thousands of dollars in it until you need to. Also, the city had federal money in it, and it's not a historic district, and it's not a historic building, but because they had federal money in it, had to hit these proposals. I'm not even getting tax credits so far for it, so, but they wanted me to hit the same standards, and that requires the same windows they use in Lafayette Square, which if you look at the windows that are there, they don't even have the crossbar down the middle. I mean, they're really plain. So I'd really like to, since there has been a downturn in the economy, I should go back and revisit that and see if I can put in standard vinyl windows that work and are value efficient. You know, once you paint wood windows, you're married to painting them every 6 years. I know, we just painted the ones in Gravois. My brother and I have the building right across from Popeyes. We just painted the whole front of it. That's another one. I've spent like 2 months over there just redoing stuff. But, you know, is now 11 years old.
You don't have to apologize to us. We appreciate that you've invested in the building in our neighborhood.
What's it gonna be? It's gonna be condo? I mean,
Yeah, it was a 12-family unit. It's going to be 6 condos. So the fact, it normally wouldn't work, like I hate to have condos on top of each other because of the noise, but these are concrete floors. In fact, the thing we're working on now is, they were concrete floors, but they used to have a central heating unit and all this, and there were big chase sections cut out of the concrete so they could run pipes up that were buried in walls before. And we've got to pour them all back in concrete. So, also we had to move there were the building doesn't have a gutter. It drains down the center of the building, and there were 2 big pipes running down one each side. But they would be in the middle of the room from where the plan, there was no good way to, so I ended up putting 4 pipes in. And they made them really big. They were using 2 3-inch pipes before, and I had to put in 4 4-inch drains. So, but we buried those in closets and walls, so that's nice. But it was extra work, and then you got to slope the roof to try and hit it and things like this. It's a little challenge. But I didn't have to deal with rotten wood.
So are you going to be renting them out, or are they going to go into sale for condos?
They're for sale.
They're for sale.
And my price point's low. It's like 120.
Okay.
And I think even in this market, that low end where you're just breaking in is really pretty, you know.
I mean, I didn't just want any more rental properties.
It's 2 and 2. You know, the city made me do it 2 and 2. I wanted to do it 2 and 1, you know. But they were dedicated to, you know, 2 full baths. But now they say, we didn't, that was just a suggestion. It's like, I don't think so. My architect said this. So they're only 12, you know, they were 600 square foot apartments. Now they're 1,200 square foot condos, which is not that big. You know, I mean, everything's tight. Space is at a premium there. So I think I could sell them. I don't have, you know, I saw the proposals from other people from before, and they were looking at 169 up. You know, it's like, you need the best market in the world to get that.
Who's the realtor associated with the building?
I don't have one yet. I mean, I have so many, you know, because you're in this business, you have so many friends who I haven't sold that much. I did 3458 South Spring, and that was a building the city wanted to tear down. Right when they're giving it to me, they go. It took a year to get that, and it sold 2 family that they wanted to tear down. I said, I'll do it. And they said, okay. And then a year later, when I'm just about to get it, they go, just let us tear this down. I said, no, I did it. It took 6 months. I made really good money on it. I was stunned. And I sold it last January, which is, the crash was in September. So it was way after, you know, right after the, it was the first guy who looked at it.
That was selling.
Yeah, that's right. And so that did really well. In fact, go by, it's a nice looking building. What else can I tell you? Hey, on the security thing, do you know how cheap camera systems are now? You can find them at Costco.com. They cost about $100 a camera, and that's with the whole system, with the recorder, the